Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally and I'm at the RIU Sydney Resources Roundup where I'm speaking to an old friend of the Roadhouse, Allan Kelly of Miramar Resources. Alan, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Thanks, Wal.
All right, so Miramar, you've got a healthy portfolio of projects around WA.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate on the Eastern Goldfields ones just today because that's where you've got a bit of action going.
Yeah.
You've got some drilling going out there, some EIS funding.
Yeah.
Explain what's going on.
Well, we listed back in 2020, just after COVID, and we listed with gold, nickel and copper projects in WA, and nothing's changed. We've focused on these projects because we think they've got really good value. And our main project, our flagship project, has always been our Gidgee project near Kalgoorlie. We're 15 k's out of Kalgoorlie. We're in between the Kalgoorlie Super Pit and Paddington. We're on the highway, so fantastic location. The project was really underexplored, when we got hold of it, believe it or not. And so we've found a fair bit of gold out there through air core drilling. And the key now is to try and find the bedrock source to that. So we've been doing a little bit of bedrock drilling recently. The great thing with that project is we don't need to find a huge deposit because we're surrounded by processing plants. So there's a plant at Super Pit, there's a plant at Canowna Bell, there's a plant at Paddington, and there's even one at Mungari. So, we're really confident that we'll be able to find a deposit or two out there and then do a deal with someone to see it developed.
Well, there's been a lot of sensible stuff happening out in the goldfields as far as that goes, like people finding a deposit and not having to build a plant because, there's hungry plants out there. Yeah. So you sort of, you're in that same position.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Our strategy is to try and pick up underexplored projects in a good position and then leave it off existing infrastructure. So, Gidgee is a classic of that. So on the highway, power and water and everything, and you've got processing plants nearby. So that makes the economic hurdle a lot lower if you do find something. So, yeah, that's the focus there.
Yeah, and it just makes perfect sense if you're going to be a junior explorer out there, knowing that, okay, if we find something, we don't have to go the whole hog.
And that's what I think people forget, that it's one thing to find something, but you've got to be able to monetise it as well. So that, that's either you developing it yourself or selling it, so, and all the sort of combinations in between that. So, if you're in a good position, then it gives you options. So, yeah.
All right, so we touched before that you have the EIS funding for the drilling, and you don't get that willy-nilly. You've got to be have something worth drilling for them to give you that.
That's for our Bangam Mall project up near Mount Augustus. So that's a really sort of new concept. It's a nickel copper PGEs. And I know nickel's sort of on the nose a bit at the moment, but I'll say this, that the type of nickel that we're looking for out at our Bangam Mall project is closer to Nova, it's closer to Nebo Babel, like the West Musgraves, than a Campbell or a Mount Keith. So, the deposits that are making money at the moment, not just in Australia but worldwide, are things like Nova, are things like Voisey Bay. So that's what we're looking for in the Bangam Mall. We've got a new concept. It's something that I've been working on for probably the best part of 20 years. We've got EIS funding, and what we're going to be doing is drill testing EM anomalies within dolerite sills that are the same age as the West Musgraves. Geology looks really good. GSWA, Geoscience Australia and CSIRO have both said this is a really hot property for nickel copper, but it's never been looked at before. So, that's, for us at the moment, it's a proof of concept, and if we do that, we're the dominant landholder in the new province. So it's pretty exciting.
All right. Well, it's good to see things are still ticking along at a reasonable pace here at Miramar. You've been toiling away for, as you said, since 2020, and it's things don't get any easier, but you've got to keep on punching away.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Wal.